Happy Easter. Here we get to enjoy the second day of Easter, second of 50, second really, but there have been so many days of Easter, and that is because truly we are the people of the resurrection. Because of that, it's sometimes difficult for us to appreciate what it was like to not already know the end of the movie, to not already know the happy ending that there was. Because of that, it's hard for us sometimes to be able to relate well, especially to Mary Magdalene. How great was the joy when they went away. How great as they saw Jesus on the road. Can't help but see the word, hear it over and over again, behold, our primary highlighted word of the Scriptures. For every time that it's there, something incredible, earth-shattering happens. Behold, Jesus met them on the way and greeted them. This too happens every Mass when, after the consecration, before our reception of Holy Communion, Jesus Christ is lifted up in front of us. And you hear those words, behold, the Lamb of God. What a beautiful thing and a beautiful greeting as the Lord comes to meet us on the way. But there is something strange in this gospel today. This part about the chief priests and this bribery happening. It's an interesting kind of tidbit to add on there. Seemingly, it doesn't necessarily help us in salvation history. But there is something in there. For the soldiers took the money, and they were promised that they would be kept out of trouble with the governor, with Pontius Pilate. Why is that? Because in the Roman Empire, if a soldier abandoned his post, he would be put to death. It was one of the great arguments early on as to why then the tomb could not have been merely broken into by his disciples. Rather, that it was Jesus who broke out. They were so shocked that these Roman soldiers, highly trained, very violent, capable, fell over themselves to run away, escape, for they knew not how to confront Jesus resurrected. They were overwhelmed at the sight, but they had already run away. And the chief priests took advantage of this. Listen, you have a problem, we have a problem. Here's a little money to smooth it all over. We've got to take care of this issue. Don't worry. We will cover for you. All that you're going to say is that the disciples came by night and stole the body. We'll take care of your leadership. You just work this amongst the people. We'll take care of your problem. You take care of our problem. Deception. When they should have said, no, let us go to this Christ resurrected. Let us see if we too can receive the gift he gives. Maybe he will forgive us for our transgressions. Maybe we ourselves can find salvation. It's interesting, it's the very last line of it saying, this story has circulated among the Jews to the present day. The gospel writer was meaning his current day. But we still hear this perennially. It may have came up in your YouTube feed. It may have come up in your news feed. Some article, some person talking about this. Well, really what happened, the real story is. It's amazing. And all of it comes back down to money again. They have to say the sensational thing. They have to keep passing it around. Why? Because if it's true, it's earth-shattering. We don't want that. The world today is caught up in this notion that somehow religion is this problem with faith. We like the idea of faith. We like the idea of belief. We understand that it has good abilities for it, especially on a very humanistic level. We like the idea of it. But somehow we just disagree. We don't like religion. So let's just remove and separate these things. Let's just tone it down a little bit. Now, here's the thing. We should never tone down Jesus. He burst through that tomb. He came forth in the radiance of Easter morning. He is risen, hallelujah. And we should not tone it down. We should not diminish anything of what Jesus has brought, but instead be like Mary, who said, "My soul magnifies the Lord." So too should our hearts, our minds, our souls, our lives be a radiance of Christ's light. As the light of the Easter candle reminds us, our hearts should focus that light. Redirect that light into the dark places of other people's lives so that they might come out of their darkness of sin, death, and error, and that they might be welcomed into the glorious rays of the resurrection morning.